Look who it is. It's your first time here, but don't worry about it. It's also my first time. My name is Gino3, Gino for short, but I go by King Bay on this channel, and it is also my artist name. I am an engineering student in Germany. I study mechanical engineering, bachelor's, and given I've already given you my name, I'm guessing that's enough of myself. Now to get into the concept of this video. What is this? That's a good question. Well, the basis of this video is mostly concentrated on the fact that I am an artist and I like to world build. Given the tools at my disposal, I like to do a lot of concept art for my potential projects, and I like to do a lot of fan art. So naturally, this channel will cover a lot of that stuff and some scenarios that I imagine in my head. So hopefully you enjoy this artistic aspect of my life to whichever degree you find it artistic. Like what's being shown on screen, I will basically cover some of my processes on how I came up with some of the pieces that I will actually be showcasing on this channel. That being said, I will basically explain a little bit on how I actually produce my digital pieces. I personally like to use two tools for this, that being an application called Concepts on Windows, available for Windows, and I like to use Photoshop to basically give the final touches to my digital pieces. The reason why I do this is because there is this infinite canvas on Concepts that allows me to sketch a lot more freely as compared to when I start a project immediately in Photoshop. It's a pretty cool way to get your sketches really aligned, and you can do a lot of freeform stuff with it. It's pretty fun to use, and I personally enjoy it. Or maybe I'm a little bit biased because this is my process after all. As shown on screen, I'll cover a lot of how I actually work with the two different applications. I've gotten into developing the image as far as I can within the realms of Concepts before I take it to Photoshop. I find that it makes my work a lot easier, but sometimes I do like to just start a Photoshop project and sometimes it comes out amazing. For instance, the very first section of this video is a project that was almost entirely made in Photoshop. So what you're seeing on screen is basically a lot of concepts that are unfinished and some concepts that I dropped, and some of the images, they are part of actual collections that I started. For example, there are 3 images resembling angels with different color themes. Those are actually part of a collection that I titled Angels. You can actually go check out some of the photos on my Instagram, but that's fine. Getting into some of my projects, I will be covering one of them here on this channel, namely this manga type comic book, which is unfortunately nameless at the moment. As to how I will go about it, I'll basically show some of my processes as I make images related to the manga itself. Namely, the lore and all of these images will be related to one weapon, which is basically going throughout the time span of this current world that I'm trying to build. You can kind of call it a MacGuffin, or something like that. But yeah, that's basically how I'll go about it, and you get to understand some of the background of the story that I'm trying to build as I cover the characters that I'm going through. Another project that I'm doing is a novel that I'm slowly writing over time, which is basically based in the far future, and unfortunately I'll be covering a lot of those concepts since it's more of a reading media rather than a picture media. A good example of the fan art that I will be showing across the lifespan of this channel is at the very end of the video. It's a picture of Ichigo kind of combined with the Vastolorde form to give this really cool drawing. I kind of like it. I'm a big fan of Bleach. Speaking of which, the manga itself, the manga type comic book that I'm writing, has a lot of influence from a lot of anime that I've watched. I haven't reading a lot of manga, but I follow anime a lot. I'd actually like to be reading a lot more manga, but it's got elements of some One Piece into it, and the more you go into it, you basically visualize the elements of some of the anime that I might actually have inspired from. I take a lot of inspiration from that and comic books alike. That being said, I would like to get into a little bit of how I'll be scheduling my videos. I would like to personally be able to post one video a month concerning the project that I'm working on, but sometimes I might have more time in other cases and less time in others, so it might be varied. I do have some works that I have on the side, so once in a while I'll have some of those fun art projects that I actually did, and yeah, I'll hopefully that's gonna be really cool. And in terms of now, what's this? That is what it is. Alright, now that we know what it is, I'd like to say thank you if you made it this far into the video. It means a lot. Hopefully you enjoyed watching some of those visuals that I was showing on screen and some of my processes, and hopefully you were a bit interested in what I have to offer in terms of story wise. So if that's your type of thing, if you like story building, manga type things, comic books, art in general, yeah, consider leaving a like and even hitting the subscribe button, and share with your friends, you know, if they like the same type of thing. That is. Also, I can't get over the fact that I said written instead of read. Something is definitely going on with my English. Anyway, I would like to give a big shout out to Nova, my producer. I left a link to his Instagram below. He's the guy responsible for the music that is in the intro and some of the background music that's in bits of the video, and consider giving him a follow and checking out some of his work. He's got really nice music that is pumping out there, and that being said, I will see you all on the next one.